Introducing our second champion, we've got Jaime, who was part of Team Orange for the muscle gain portion of the Transformation Challenge. So Jaime, welcome. Even before the Transformation Challenge, I know you've been with us for a long time now as a member, but what got you wanting to come, and what was the turning point to say, Orange Series is going to be the place I go to, and what made you actually want to stick around after your first class with us?
To be honest, it was all due to COVID, right? Because just like everybody else, have to work at home 100% of the time. So it was very hard for me to disconnect from work. So I really want something that I can actually disconnect, remove myself off work, and be able to have that focus, self-care time, right? And what I really like about OTF is I can just show up. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to do anything. I just follow instruction. And then the environment, the fun, the vibe really makes you want to continue and see the quick result, especially within the first month, right? That's where you're like, hey, this is working, and you start to feel better. Really the motivation for you to want to continue to move forward and keep going, so yeah.
That's awesome, that's great. Now, when it comes to transformation, what made you want, first of all, sign up for the Transformation Challenge, pick the muscle gain section, and what goals did you have in mind to be able to achieve that 8-week challenge?
So since day one, I'm not the strongest person, so it's always been my goal to build strength, to build muscle mass. That's always from the get-go. And for this year, I understood that because it's the first year that we have muscle mass gain, I think, right? So it's a good fit. And of course, the constant encouragement and motivation from the coaches every day. So that really kind of motivated me to say, hey, why not give it a shot? See how it goes. But that's really why.
Awesome. Did you feel like you hit those goals by the end of the Transformation Challenge?
Yes. To my surprise, it did hit my goal. I was very happy about it, right? To be honest, it wasn't as easy in the beginning. This is my first challenge to do any physical activity. So after speaking to the nutritionist on site and understanding how much more protein I have to add to my daily diet, I never pay attention to my diet at all. So that was a kind of a huge adjustment for me, right? It's a challenge. But I think after a week or so when I start to do it and plan it out, it just become natural and become a routine, and we just execute the plan. Yeah. And the coaches have been recommended to do certain classes and modify my training a little bit to achieve the goal that really helped, like more lift class, more power walking, lift heavier, and do it right. It's really helped a lot.
Yeah. In that 8-week, like you said, the first 2 weeks were tough, were a challenge, and then you got through it. And like you said, it wasn't easy. What kept you motivated when the times were hard? What kept you saying, okay, I can do this. It's 8 weeks, let me get to the end. At what point did you say, okay, I can do it?
It's really put your mind to it, and the motivation of the coach, Team Orange, it really motivates you. And you can see everybody joined this is really just to want to be better and want to, doesn't matter if body fat loss or muscle mass, is really you challenge yourself. And because of that, you just say, you know what? I can do this, and everybody's behind me in a way, right? We all kind of motivate each other to do it. So as much as it's hard, but I think as long as I plan it out, it fit to my schedule, I don't feel like it's a drag, right? Then it becomes a natural thing. So
if a member ever feels like they're struggling with, what would be something that you'd like to say, or a way to motivate them to keep going?
So for me, I think it's really your mindset, right? You are challenging yourself. You are not here to compete with anybody else or challenge anybody else. So I think as long as you have that mindset, it's you against yourself and where you want to get to. Having that goal, it's great, but be able to execute to get there. It's the journey, right? You learn, you make friends. Don't be too hard on yourself, to be honest. This is not just an 8-week thing. Think about it as a long haul, right? I learned a lot throughout the last 8 weeks about nutrition, how eating can actually make a huge difference. And really just take it one day at a time. Just show up, plan ahead, fit it into your routine, come in, do something a little bit more than usually do, right? And focus on the technique and do it right. Like the coaches always said, right? Technique is key. It doesn't matter if you do 20 reps, if you do it wrong, there's no point. So really just focus on that and take it one day at a time. There's nobody's judging you, and and just take it easy. Like don't feel like you really have to compete, have to win. It's a journey. It is really learning and enjoying the process. And once you see the results and when you feel the differences, that's the motivation on its own. You don't really need to do anything special.
Well, thank you for joining. Congratulations
Well, thank
again.
you.
And then we're obviously going to see you in a class soon.
Of course,
All
I'm
right?
coming tomorrow.